Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Sousou no Frieren, episode number 6 reaction. Okay, before I begin, sound might be coming from the outside. Mics are playing, obviously is kind of like going to happen like this from here onwards for a few weeks because festival time here in India. So yeah, yeah, it's kind of loud here. So anyways, I just wanted to clear that up before. Okay, so this is episode number 6 of Sousou no Frieren. Previous episode we met Stark. He might actually become one of our teammates. Obviously he will become one of our party members. We've seen him in the opening, so it's pretty obvious. So we met him and we get to see that he is in this town. Everyone thinks of him as a hero who saved them from the dragon. The dragon came, stared at him, ran away, but he was actually very scared. But by the end of it, it looks like that it's not like the dragon actually probably is not attacking the village because Stark is there, because Stark is actually pretty strong. The only problem or the only thing that Stark is struggling is that he is very fearful. He's not that brave. He kind of like freaks out at stuff, and is, as his master Asen says, he's a coward. So if he's able to overcome that, he will be one of the strongest. So yeah, let's see what happens in this episode number 6. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And yeah, he broke the thing, the mountain. I'm guessing this episode will probably see them fight the dragon or something. That'll be interesting. Let's see. Frieren did say that you have to keep the dragon busy for 30 seconds. She'll take care of everything from there onwards. So let's see. The hero of the village. Yeah, then why are you continuing? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think so. Just but then why did it come and attack at the beginning if that was the case? Hmm. I don't think so. I guess because he thinks in his past he ran away. Oh, goddamn. Hmm. All the marks from. Hmm. Oh damn. Hmm. What the hell is this monster? Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah, because he didn't run away from the beginning. Like when even the dragon came, he did say that he froze and stopped, but still he was there. Frieren is a. Oh no, she's not asleep. Hmm. Oh, where is he? I'm sure he's probably taking a bath or something. You know. You know what's so funny about these two? Their expressions are always just so stoic. Both Frieren and Fern. Hmm. Because they believed in him. You know. Like he doesn't have confidence in himself, but the villagers have confidence in him, which is probably something that he appreciates a lot more because he's someone who cannot have confidence in himself. So when someone else have confidence in him, oh my god. Oh my god, that's a big thing. Yeah. Oh, the dragon's like, damn. Crazy how the dragon's still not attacking. Yeah. So the dragon actually is cautious of him. Like, I've never seen a dragon act like this before. Woo. Okay. Ah. Damn. Okay. Wow, this is. Oh! Oh, he wanted him to experience. Oh, that I see, I see. Damn. He was so strong. Oh my god, broke his nails just like that. Oh, oh my god, the animation. Whoa. Oh, oh, oh. It's over. It's over. I think it's over. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Oh, she's gonna smack him for calling her. Okay, no. She's more excited about the grimoire. Yeah, three. Wow. Wow. Fluffy instead of icy. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants that. Yeah. Oh, that's there you go. um hmm. Okay. 28 years old. All right, let's see what more stuff happens. Monsters are active. Hmm. Probably when. Hmm. Damn, he has a lot of armor. Goddamn. Hmm. True. All right. She wants more spell books. Yeah. Your first face. Two years. Whoa. Ah. Yeah, it's not that jumbo here. True. No, but I feel like okay. Wait, what? How the? Oh, because Aizen came here. Oh, for a moment. Okay, that was a stupid moment for me. Yeah, you think that? Yeah, I. The thing about Frieren is that like she doesn't the passage of time it doesn't work in her head. So she might actually stay here for 2 years. She'll be like, oh, just 2 years. Wait, what? Ah, okay, that makes sense. Hmm. Okay. Ah. Okay. Yeah, you're a good bluffer. I don't. Okay, we'll see. You know what? I can see why people are scared of him. If he takes up his. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Maybe at least. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to stay here for 2 years. So, what? The hell was that? Oh, I understand why he said, I don't have enough time. He probably wants to complete this before Aizen something happens to Aizen. Yeah, he wants to complete this before his master dies, or something like that, I think. Yeah, that is why. And since Aizen is pretty old now. Okay, for a moment I thought like he had some disease or something. It's not that. It's just okay. I see. Okay. Wait. Um. What is that? Oh my god. What did she do? Why? Hey! Oh, okay, they realize who she is. Okay, who is this? Since they came here before, I'm guessing this guy knows Frieren and her party. No, you can go immediately. We'll let you go. Yeah. So we'll. Well, it worked out. Oh my god. She just wanted a few free days. And well, she's a famous person, so wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. I like how they're retracing their steps, like you know what's interesting? Like they never showed the adventure of Frieren and her party, but in a way we are getting to see it again because she's literally retracing her steps. And obviously with new party members we're seeing it, but they're also giving us little bits of flashbacks where we get to see what they did when they were here, like what Eisen did, maybe what Heiter did, what like Frieren did when they were here before, what Himmel did. So in that way, I guess by the end of everything, we will be able to piece together what happened in their original journey, and also we have already seen this new journey of Frieren. So yeah, since they're literally retracing their steps, you can, and it's very interesting because obviously Frieren, since she's retracing her steps, everywhere she's going, she already went before. So when she went before so many years ago, the situation that was going on in these places, and now that they're coming here again, the difference Frieren is feeling, and Frieren is kind of, like realizing, I don't know, that's kind of cool, like the passage of time and everything. Okay, that is it. Right. So yeah, this episode divided into two parts. Obviously, the beginning, the first part was Stark and how he fights and defeats the dragon, and the second part was Frieren and her new party, obviously with Stark. They come to like a place to, you know, a little stop, and Frieren thought that she might be able to do a little bit of research because she has free time, but nope. Back to work again. Something like that. Okay, so overall this episode, it was crazy to see how strong Stark is, because I thought, like, obviously seeing how he completely broke that mountain, I realized that he is quite strong, but I didn't realize how strong he was. He's pretty damn strong, and by pretty damn strong I mean he's very strong. Like, imagine one-shotting a dragon. That's how strong he is. Like, that's what I said, like I kind of realized that maybe Stark was quite strong, you know because he was able to break that whole mountain, and maybe the dragon is not coming because of that, or something like that. Something, maybe, like the dragon realized that it'll be a tough battle against Stark or something. That's why he's not coming. But I didn't realize the magnitude of Stark's strength. So the dragon actually didn't come because the dragon literally feared for its life and realized that if I go and try to mess with this guy, he'll kill me. He'll just kill me. And that's why the dragon never came. Like, that's the magnitude it was. I didn't realize it. I thought, the way I saw it was that, yeah, he's quite strong. But what I saw in this episode was he's very strong. That's what it was. So, and it's also like, to put things into perspective, Aizen said that he's so strong that I was scared of him. I was afraid. Aizen is one of the heroes, one of the people in the heroes party who defeated the dragon, the demon king. That Aizen is saying that I was scared of him. That's why I reflexively punched him. So that's what the whole situation is. To put things in perspective, that is how strong he is. So yeah, he's very strong, probably. Like physically, he's just crazy. He's out there, and he himself doesn't realize it. Or I guess he kind of realizes it now that he defeated the dragon. But yeah, and here's the thing: he didn't even break a sweat fighting the dragon. So that wasn't even his full strength. So I'm pretty sure he still doesn't know the upper limit of his strength. He just one-shotted the dragon. One-shotting a dragon would automatically mean that he's way stronger than that. So I'm just thinking how strong he can be. So since he one-shotted a dragon, he does have a basic understanding of how strong he is, but he doesn't have any clue as to where his upper limit is. Like, from here onwards, maybe we'll meet some like enemies who will be way stronger than dragons as well. So I'm pretty sure Stark can easily probably just breeze through those things as well, because we still don't know his upper limit. That is crazy. Yeah, so it was great. It was very interesting to see, and like, to actually understand the magnitude of his strength. And yeah, this episode made us realize that. And yeah, so like, he really reminds me of, like, what can I say? Like, his whole story of where he ran away, and then he realized that he's not that strong, and he wanted to, like, get stronger. He started training and everything, and he became extremely strong. I'm pretty sure you can understand who I'm trying to say here. He reminds me of Saitama so much. It's so funny. In the previous episode, I said, like, oh, he reminds me of King from One Punch Man, and now I'm saying that he reminds me of Saitama because if you know, Saitama also is kind of the similar situation. He tried to save someone. He wasn't able to, like he got to know his limits, and that's why he decided to become strong, and he became so strong that now he's just, completely crazy strong. And he, like Saitama himself, probably doesn't know the limits of his strength. So it's kind of like that. Obviously, he's not strong like Saitama. He's not as broken as him. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that his situation is kind of similar to that, you know. But there's a few additional things to him. One is that he's kind of a little bit, like, his confidence is a bit low. He's a bit scared. Like, he's kind of a coward, as, like Aizen said. And all these things. These are like some additional things that he has. But other than that, his situation so much reminds me of Saitama, about like learning his limits and trying to get strong, and then becoming so strong that he himself just doesn't realize how strong he is, and he just one-shotted the dragon. That's the whole thing. Yeah, okay, so that was the first part, and then the next part is obviously Frieren comes to this place, and she decides to just have a little bit of a break because she found an opportunity to take an excuse to take a break. And she's like, yeah, you know what? Let's just stay here. Nothing we can do. The gate is blocked and everything. So yeah, let's just stay here. But obviously, Fern is very concerned about these type of situations because she knows, like, Frieren has no concept of time, what actual time is, and what, like, human beings' sense of time. So she cannot, like, for her 2 years is like just a moment of time for her. So Fern wants to avoid situations like this, and that's why when Frieden was like, oh, like, let's just chill for a few like, months here, and Fern is like, nope, I cannot let this happen. This is bad. I need to somehow figure out how to get out of here. And when she realized, and when she got to know that it might take 2 years for this situation to get resolved, he was even more concerned. She was like, oh no, this is bad. Like, I know Master, I know Frieren, how she is. If I just let her stay here, she'll just stay here for 2 years. So I cannot let that happen. I need to do something. And that's why he tells Stark, and she's like, am I normal? I'm normal. Am I not? Like 2 years is quite a long time, isn't it? And Stark is like, yeah, let's try to get out of here. So it's so funny. It's like, that part was so funny because when she was like, so I'm normal, am I not? When she talks about 2 years, because staying with Frieren, she's thinking like, she, maybe her, like, sense of time is kind of messed up or anything, because seeing Frieren like this, she's trying to question herself. And she's like, yeah, I'm not overreacting, am I? That's why she asks Stark about it, and Stark is like, yeah, 2 years is quite long, we need to do something. And she's like, oh, thank God, I'm actually normal. For a moment, I was questioning myself if I was if I was normal or not. Me reacting like this is normal or not. And yeah, but then obviously in the end, everyone realizes who Frieren is, and Frieren is like, God damn, I thought I got my vacation, but yeah, gotta get back to work. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, that was kind of, Okay, so yeah, that was this whole episode. It was a great episode. It was nice to see Stark's power, and obviously that little section in the end. So yeah, really good episode. And oh, I forgot to mention, the animation was really well done. Obviously it's Madhouse, it's expected. Madhouse, definitely, it will be really good animation. So yeah, but still, obviously, I needed to mention that the whole dragon battle was really cool. It was really well, done, and yeah, that was nice. I liked it. All right, that was this episode. That was my impressions on it. Now let me go through this episode scene by scene. All right, let us begin. Okay, so here in the beginning we get to see Fern see, when she was walking, she realizes that Stark is actually training, and he's the one who broke the mountain. So yeah, she's like, oh, so you're the one who did this. You're the one who you've been training every day and everything, stuff like that she asks. And okay, now here one thing you can see, that one thing Fern asks him is kind of interesting. She's like, why are you not going away from here? You could easily run away from here. Like nobody's really like forcing you to stay here or anything. You're here. Now here's the interesting thing about Stark. You've seen how low confidence he has and how he himself admits that he's kind of a coward. He runs away, and he ran away previously as well. When remember, Eisen kind of mentioned it, that how he ran away from the monsters. He was the only survivor. So obviously all these things kind of like affected him, and he has very low self-confidence. He's kind of like scared of a lot of things. So he has very less like confidence in himself. He doesn't believe in himself. So seeing that he is someone who cannot put faith in himself, meeting people who has that much faith in him and has so much confidence in him, he doesn't want to, I guess you could say, let them down. And that is the thing, like in situations like this where you are probably second guessing yourself, and you are kind of not sure about something, that like, I'm not talking about this situation, I'm talking about any general situation in life as well. Like, like there's something you have to do, but you're like, maybe I cannot do it, like, how can I do it? Like, how could I even think that I can do it? And then you have like two of your friends who are like, oh, don't worry, like we have seen you, we know what type of person you are, what capabilities you have, you'll definitely can do this, like we have full faith in you. This gives you confidence, this gives you an urge to actually do it properly, so that you don't let them down. Because in a situation where you don't have faith in yourself, they have faith in you. So that in itself is such a nice thing, and it automatically makes you try to live up to their expectations, and yeah. And like, this kind of reminds me of that very infamous line from Tengen to Paguran Lagan. Believe in me who believes in you. Like, if you can't believe in yourself, believe in me who believes in you. So like, this is literally the situation. And Stark, obviously, he cannot believe in himself, so he doesn't want to let down the people who believes in him. And yeah, and that is why he has been training every day. He's this strong now, and he has not run away from here, because just in case if the dragon comes, so that he can at least do something. And he kind of tells Fern about how he got his scar, and how his Eisen hit him, and he's like, oh, Eisen probably hit me because he was disappointed in me. Obviously that was not the case, we get to know that later. But this in itself again became like a source of, I guess you could say, a source of like a worry, not worry, but like this became like a thing which burdened him, I guess you could say. He always thought that Eisen hit him because he was disappointed in him, which brought his self-confidence even down. And you know how Eisen is, he's kind of awkward. So the fact that he didn't clear up the misunderstanding made him even doubt his, his capabilities even more. So he's like, yeah, I'm not, I've never been praised by my master, and all that stuff he's saying. And then Fern grabs his hand, and she's like, sees all the the marks and everything, all the bruises that he got from training. And she's like, I don't think you're going to run. And he's like, oh, how do you know? You think you know me? And she's like, no, but I know myself, I went through a similar situation. And she recounts her tale of how the first time she met a monster and she fought it, and how she was shaking in front of it. Frieren was just gone, and she had to run away from it. And Frieren didn't come, even in the final moment as well. So when she realized that there's nothing you can do, you cannot, you have to stand your ground, and she did that, she was able to win. And that's when she realized that, yeah, the only thing that she needed was a little confidence and a little, what's that word? A little, okay, where's that part? Stealed my resolve. Yeah, stealing her resolve. That is all that was needed. And as soon as she did that, her training, all the training she has done, its fruits, she was able to see. So that's what she said. You've trained, you've practiced, it's never going to betray you. All you need to do is stand your ground, and you'll realize. And once you get that first kill, you will get your confidence. That's the kind of thing. And that is why, they say like practical experience is very important. You have polished yourself, you have increased your skills and everything, but you have no practical experience. You're scared of doing something. You're scared if the things that you have done, all the training you've gone through, is it going to be worth it? And you're afraid of taking that step. But once you're in that situation Fern was in, where she had to do it and she did it, and that's where she realized all the fruits of her labor, it came out. And she realized, and she got her confidence, and she's like, yeah, I know myself, I went through the same situation, I'm sure you'll go through the same situation as well, and everything will be okay. So yeah. Now so Fern comes back, and Frieren is like, what happened to him? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure he'll be there tomorrow. But tomorrow he wasn't there. At that moment, obviously he probably went to do something, and I don't know, whatever she went to do. But Fern and Frieren thought that he ran away or something. So Frieren is like, all right, Fern, time for your debut. Go ahead, you have to stall the dragon for 30 seconds. And Fern is like, no, I cannot. This part was so funny, where she was holding the tree. What's so funny about Fern and Frieren? Both of their faces are so emotionless every single time. When they're scared, when they're angry, when they're sad, when they're happy, their face is always so stoic, and it makes it so funny with what like the contrast between their face and what they're doing. Here, for example, she was obviously Fern was scared, but her face is stoic, and she's just grabbing the tree with that stoic face. It's so entertaining seeing that. I just look, you see these two, side by side, Fern and Frieren. You see these two, and these two, their faces are just always so stoic. They're just, the face is always just emotionless. And I don't know, that makes it so, I don't know, funny kind of, how both of them. And it makes sense, because Fern has spent most of her life, half of her life, with Frieren. And, she was a kid when she was with her. So, since she's her master, since she taught her everything, her personality and attitude kind of rubbed off on Fern. So that's why she's exactly like Frieren, always stoic. And what's funny? I feel like Frieren shows more emotions in her face than Fern. That's the funny part here. We can see sometimes Frieren kind of show emotions, but Fern is always just, and that doesn't mean she doesn't feel anything. Obviously, she feels stuff. She's she feels angry, she feels sad, she feels happy, but her face is always just, yeah. That contrast is very, very funny. Anyways, so yeah, so Stark comes back, and Stark is like, you have to promise something. If I fail, you'll take care of the dragon, and you save everyone here. And Frieren is like, yeah, sure, okay, so, and he says I've lived in this village for 3 years. He's like, very less amount of time. Typical Frieren. Anyways, so the battle begins. He's there in front of the dragon, and he's shaking, and Frieren is like, don't worry, your master was also like this when he fought strong beasts with us. And Aizen said that being afraid of something isn't really this, I guess you could say. Wait a minute, what does he say here? Okay, let me read this. Being afraid isn't a bad thing. There you go. It shows that my fear has brought me this far. And yeah, and she's like, don't worry, you've got this. And he goes down, and the interesting part here was the dragon still doesn't attack. The dragon knows that if I attack, he's going to attack, and then I'm screwed. So the dragon up until the end tried its best to be neutral. It's only when Stark decided to attack the dragon decided to retaliate back. That is actually crazy. I've never seen a dragon being this cautious about someone before. Because dragons are mighty, frightful, like creatures, and they're always this, just like attacks first and asks questions later. So someone like that, a dragon, actually not attacking Stark shows how strong he is, and how the dragon was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. Unless until he attacks, I'll keep quiet, because I know I'm screwed if he starts attacking me. And obviously, he Stark starts the battle, and yeah, and here is where we get to know, and Frieren kind of explains how strong Stark is, and he says, she recounts the story that Aisen told her, and Aisen says that I was afraid of him. That's why I punched him reflexively. He's that strong. He's one of the strongest. And you're going to see that with your own eyes. And here's where the battle begins. The first thing that Stark does is just destroy the nails of the thing, grabs into his face, and the dragon is like just moving around and everything, trying to shake Stark off. And then in the end, Stark whacks the head, the dragon falls down, and Stark is like, quick, do it! Kill it! And Frieren is not saying anything, and he's like, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm gonna die. Save me! Why are you not doing anything? And Frieren, oh no, before that she's like, you old hag, you're just like my master. And Frieren is like, look at him, look at it, it's already dead. And he's like, wait, what? And yeah, the dragon's gone. He one-shotted the dragon. Yeah, and then, Frieren's like, good job, you did it. And like I said, this is what Fern said. When you steal your resolve, you'll get the results of what you did up until now. And he steals his resolve now, he got the results. And now I'm sure this will give him a little bit more confidence that he had. So yeah, Frieren goes and takes the treasure. I love how Fern is like, only 3 treasures. You cannot take everything from here. So obviously she takes the spell book and a few other stuff. And yeah. So, so yeah, here Stark says, I remember my master saying that you did some unnecessary stuff while going to defeat the Demon King. But that's what made it more entertaining, the journey. And we see a little recollection of Aisen and his party. And Aisen was looking at Frieren, making shaved eyes and anything. And he's like, what the hell is this? We don't have enough time. And Heman is like, oh, don't worry, this is the fun part, if you're, what do you want, Aisen? You want a very, difficult, arduous journey, a journey of sadness where we go and defeat the Demon King, or something very happy? And it's so happy and so ridiculous that after defeating the Demon King, we can talk about it, So yeah, it's fine. Just, let's just take it easy. And yeah, and that is why by the end of it, it became a fun journey. And Stark also wants to go in one fun journey like that and talk about the stories of his adventure to Aisen. And that's why he's like, yeah, I'm going to go with you guys. So yeah, they're off. This part was funny where Fern was trying out the magic spell, and she looks at Stark and she's like, oh, small. Anyways, but yeah, that's the beginning of their journey. Alright, that was the first part, and then the next part they come to this place. What was the name of this place? Just a minute. 28 years after the death of Himmel the hero. Fortress City of Wall. Regal Canyon. So here the problem is that the gate is closed. So no one's allowed to pass through this checkpoint. When will it open again? Don't know. Yeah, so problems are happening, on the other side, I think. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I think I missed something. What was the reason of them? Because of the monsters, I think. Just a minute. Okay, here we go. Monsters are active in the northern lands. Um, no one's allowed to pass. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, they cannot move from here, and Frieren is like, yeah, you know what? The guard being this strict here is a good thing. This place is safe, so we can easily chill here. I'm gonna do some research, and I love how Fern just stops. Fern is like, oh no, not this again. Like the master's sense of time is wacky. No, I cannot let her be into her do her own be on her own devices. She'll just stay here for 2 years without thinking that it's a long amount of time. So Fern is concerned. You know what's funny here? I just realized the fact that Stark was also taking it so casually made Fern question herself. She was like, wait a minute, like Master, I've known masters like this from the beginning. The fact that Stark is also taking it so casually, does this mean am I the one in wrong here? Am I the one wrong here to think that staying for so long will not be okay? And that's why she later on asks Stark that, yeah, like me thinking like this is normal, isn't it? And Stark is like, yeah, and she's like, oh, thank God, I'm actually normal. So yeah, Frieren is like, okay, I'm gonna look at the inn. You guys just hang out here. Bye bye. And she's off, going to the different magic shops and everything. And Stark is like, oh, wanna eat? And Fern is pissed off. Fern is like, that's what you're thinking now? We need to immediately think how to get Frieren out of here. She'll just stay here for so long. She does have no sense of time. So yeah. So Fern kind of hears someone talking and realizes that it might be 2 years before the checkpoint opens. So she's like, no, I have to do something. I cannot let my life just be like this. So yeah, and while over there, Stark is in this tavern eating some ice cream or something, and he recounts previously how he ate the same ice cream with his master, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, oh, the ice cream bowl is pretty small now. And the bartender is like, you've actually become big. That's the thing here. Yeah. And for a moment I was like, wait a minute, how does the bartender know about Ison? And then I realized, what am I on about? They literally told us that he came here with Ison. That's why the bartender knows Ison. Okay, so right, so he's there eating, the thing. Fern comes in and Ison is Stark is like, oh, what's wrong with you? I can't eat ice cream. I'm using my money to eat ice cream. And Fern is like, did I say anything to you? And she asks for milk, and Fern is like, okay, tell me something. You want to stay here for 2 years? And he's like, obviously not. And she's like, right? I'm me reacting like this is pretty normal, isn't it? And she tells everything to Stark how this situation might be a little bit troublesome, with them actually being here for 2 years or more. So Stark is like, all right, let's take care of this then. And Stark and Fern starts to figure out how to get out of here. So he's like, okay, we can maybe jump through this place, fly, but there's a barrier as well. You cannot fly through this part. So what should we do? So the first part they decide to go, first thing that they decide to do is, I think, go to the Thieves Guild? No, the Merchants Guild. Yeah, at first he goes to the Merchants Guild. So trade has been shut down, so no help there. So the next thing that they do is go to the Black Market and the Thieves Guild. And Fern is like, isn't it danger? And he's like, it's fine. My scar. People will be scared. And yeah, he asks for more information. Still no luck. There's no way they can get out of here. And they're like, yeah, we cannot do anything until that gate opens. So what should we do? Fern is like, you're actually cooperating with me. Why? And he says, I don't have much time. This part threw me off. I'm like, wait, what? What is he saying? Does he have some kind of a life-threatening disease or something? What's happening here? And then I realized, when he starts talking about his experience here with Ison, I realized, oh no, it's probably because Ison is old and he doesn't have much time, and that is why he wants to quickly go on this adventure And like he says later on, I'm going to share my stories with my master, and before before he dies. And that is why I'm trying to hurry. I cannot really spend time like this unnecessarily. And yeah, and there you go. And he's like, yeah, but master will be alive a lot longer from here. Like, I'm sure it'll be okay. Yeah, I want to bring back stories to tell him. There you go. All I can do to repay my debt to him. It's all I can do. If I take too long, my master will die. Yeah. Either way, they're then like, okay, let's see, talk to the guards. Like, only they can do something about it. And then they realize, like, Frieren is trying to run away from the guards, and they're like, what did you do? Why are you running away? And she's like, I don't know, like, I just went and did some shopping. I don't know why they're looking for me. And then the guard comes, and he's like, I'm so sorry, like, you're Frieren, like, I'm so sorry for my for my me being so disrespectful. Frieren immediately knew what's going on, and she's like, oh no, the way this thing is going, I feel like they'll recognize who I am. And then they'll be like, oh, you could go ahead, special privilege, go. Frieren doesn't want that, and Frieren is like, oh no, I don't like the direction this is going. And that's exactly where the direction goes. The castellan of the city comes in, and he's like, I'm so sorry, you are the Frieren, like, you're one of the members of the hero party. A lot of difficult situation is going out there in the north. I feel like you going there will actually resolve it, so you're free to go ahead, like, special privilege for you, And they open the gate. And yeah, the thing is that they came here a few years ago, quite a few decades ago, while trying to defeat the Demon King. So I'm pretty sure the Castellan probably was a very young kid, because here he looks old. So he's probably a very young kid, like, when Frieren and her party came here. So yeah, and I guess that is why the Castellan obviously knew about who Frieren was. And I guess Frieren is, like I said, she's quite popular. So yeah, like, everyone knows who she is, and everyone's like, like giving her like a very grand, like goodbye. Like, all the city, like, like people, everyone's just there, like, clapping and like waving, and like confetti is flowing, flowers are flowing down, and Frieren is like, oh no, like, this I don't like these when people make a fuss about me. And Striker's like, oh no, this is also an experience. I wanted to experience something like this. That's nice. Anyways, they are off. And yeah, she again recounts, like, this was the same situation where she and her party went off from this place who was the Demon King to defeat him. And yeah, she kind of remembers that. And yeah, that's where it ended. So there you go, great episode. Yeah, so that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 6 of Sousou no Frieren. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Sousou no Frieren. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.